RPM Trey Vietnam and this bitch. Bom dia. Bom dia. That's Brazilian Portuguese for good morning. I try not to say good morning to my kids. The word just sounds weird. Good morning. Some people think that's woo-woo shit, bullshit, hocus pocus, spooky, fucking superstitious bullshit. But I think it's very evident that words, sound, vibration, that's the kind of shit that supersedes the racial divide. It even supersedes the argument and debate about these fucking gun rights. It supersedes everything. When you do this, you are addressing the foundation of reality. What we call life and consciousness is all vibration. That's why language is so important. You cast spells when you speak. You project a certain vibration, a certain energy when you speak, and then that energy goes out into the universe forever. It's a serious thing. Sometimes I ask myself, how effective is my approach sometimes with the yelling and the cussing, but I am passionate, but I am trying to be more aware of my delivery, and at the same time I can see my delivery as being an equal and opposite. I wouldn't even say it's equal. If I wanted to get equal, I'd be smoking shit, because they out here killing motherfuckers with the weather, whatever they spraying in the sky. That shit is on the ground now too. The people have done research and testing of the ground and the soils and shit, and they finding the materials that they suspect to be in these chemtrails actually down here on the ground too. Whoever doing that, whoever doing the food shit, whoever is taunting the entire existence of humanity, as powerful as that is, listen to what I'm saying. This is about the peace and prosperity that we all want is being challenged and threatened by the people who we say that we trust enough to put them in charge of these things. They extort us through taxes and all this other shit. That shit is insane. So when I do spaz and I'm yelling and cussing, I feel like there ain't nothing I can do as an individual to even match what it is that they have done to us. I can't possibly get them what they deserve by myself. I would never even try a lone wolf thing, because all of that shit sounds stupid. That ain't never us. Anybody who understands all that it entails when you talk about a fight for freedom, what you know is you have to maintain the moral high ground in order for the universe to grant you any kind of passage to launch a revolution. They know that they need the moral high ground as well. That's why they are even willing to fake being in the right when they do these things. Vietnam was a fucking front. Y'all was lying. Ain't nobody fucking shoot at y'all out there on that water. You fucking lied so you can get the blank check to go do that shit. Period. It's evident. You can go find the information on all of this. Once you know that, then you got to stop trusting government. Operation Northwoods, these motherfuckers tried to convince JFK to allow them to smoke American citizens and blame it on Cuba so that we can have appear to have a justified reason to fight them. You could talk about 9/11, you could talk about World War I and World War II. All of these fucking things, they try to appear to have the moral high ground so that they appear to be justified in what it is that they do thereafter. Maintaining the moral high ground is important when you set out to do such things, man. And it's no different from us, except for we cannot fake it. We have no means to fake it anyway. When we stand up for what's right, it's going to be obvious that it's justified. We have no control over media or none of that shit. When all of the people stand together, when we know that we cannot control the music, the movies, and the news, but we can all obtain the peace and love between us that needs to be there in order for us to launch a successful, genuine revolution by starting off with peaceful non-compliance, and then be capable and willing to violently defend ourselves in that All of that is what it takes. I just gave y'all the juice right there. That's the whole fucking story, really. I can sum up everything that I said and everything that I fucking said today when I started this fucking live stream. We got bigger fish to fry, but they are in the way. We need peaceful non-compliance first, so that we know that we do have a genuine moral high ground, because we cannot sway the perceptions of the fucking people into a falsehood. We don't even got the power to do that. When we stand up, we know that shit is genuine, and that's what we need to do. All stand together regardless of race, culture, and all that other bullshit that has nothing to do with the actual vibrations that are at the foundation of what it is that we got going. This great consciousness that we are in. I started something, but I did not finish the thought last time I did a live stream, and I want to talk about Billy Carson and some of the ideas that he has. And he tends to sort to source all of his information kind of a lot, and that's good. It's real easy to try to follow behind Billy Carson and look for evidence, proof, and a train of thought that he has taken to come to some of the conclusions that he's come to. And he thinks that it's very possible that we are all one species, which that's the only thing that makes any sense. The racial differences between us are so deep, and they seem to have shown up at a peculiar time in human history, that it was probably genetically manipulated to be that way. And he thinks, which makes total sense to me, because it just makes sense, that we were genetically branded with a uniform, so to speak, so that different branches or factions of the Anunnaki presence on Earth could determine who worked for who. I do believe that we were, I wouldn't say slave labor, because I think that at a time, I think that we took it on with honor, possibly, that we play our role in the building of these extremely advanced societies in our past. People got to change the way they look at the past. And if you look at where the truth might be pointing us to, and where the bullshit school system has pointed us to, you know that they fucking lying to you. They're not telling the whole story. They start the story and then they twist the story. But they started at a place where you can feel like, okay, this is where we are. This is who we are. And it's fucking bullshit. Humanity is fucking thousands of years. Human beings have been Homo sapiens for what, 250,000 years? When we start seeing these developments of highly intelligent, advanced societies, from Atlantis to Tartaria, I think is how you pronounce it. There's a gang of shit going on. Like, the human history on planet Earth is fascinating, man. And I think that we should be losing ourselves in all of that, and instead of debating black culture, white culture, blah, blah, blah. Now, I get it, because I love my black people, and then people force me to stand on this in defense, then you will see me stand up and shine in regards to being a black man in this country. But I feel like that, imagine this scenario. Let's say that we are in a literal war, right? And you can hear gunshots and bombs going off, right? Imagine that scenario. Now imagine somebody trying to get you to play a board game, right? It seems crazy, right? Imagine trying to fire and reload while you're pinned down, and someone's trying to force you into playing a board game. We already got a battle going on. What is this game that we're playing? Now they want to judge you on how well you know the rules of the board game. If you're playing well, they're winning. They developed the game. They made the fucking game anyway, and they're winning. And they're telling you that whatever energy or attention that you could be paying to the war that you guys are in needs to be subdued by them and forced into the game, the board game that you're playing, because your entire life depends on how well you play the board game. You would go, there's no fucking way in hell I can take this man seriously about what the fuck is going on. And I feel like when government, religion, culture, that could have been anything but just so happened to be this, none of that can fucking stand a chance against the level of importance and urgency that's inside of us to rediscover who the fuck we are. That's order business number one, man. What the fuck is all this other stuff? I don't want to play Monopoly with you if we're taking fire. Y'all should be playing Guess Who. Y'all know who doing this shit. And you won't do nothing, pussy. It should be urgent business for us to be discovering who the fuck we were and what the fuck is going on and what's going on in the world. What the fuck is up with this water shit? Huh? I was trying to be cool, now I can't be cool. Cause all this shit just fuck come tumbling down when I'm trying to be elevated in my thought and awareness of my consciousness and yours. I'm always interrupted by, God damn, I can't even do this shit in peace. What the fuck is going on in the water near Antarctica? Has anybody seen any of this shit? Is there any validity to it at all? It's stuff like this that even if something like that is fake, not real, nothing's going on, nothing's happening, even if they're playing with your head about everything, the fact that there's an attempt to play with your head and your hearts and your minds and your soul's journey with fake news is enough for me to be fucking offended. It doesn't even have to be real. Why is y'all even talking to me, man? There's something going on in the water down in Antarctica from what I've seen. I've seen some radar and shit like this, and I don't know where to get this this live radar. I gotta try to find this shit. Live radar images in real time of something very dark and heavy moving gargantuan amounts of fucking water from Antarctica up near the western coast of Africa and in between Africa and South America. And there's shit going on. If any of that has any validity whatsoever, whoever's doing that has an address, they have to sleep at night, and they are made of flesh. So I don't understand why the fuck everybody's doing all of this bitch ass crying and ain't nobody moving nothing. They move. If somebody want to blow the whistle on some highly classified government business that you think that is more urgent and morally superior for the people to know what's going on, as opposed to protecting their fucking secret operations for their benefit while we don't know shit. If you want to put our knowledge and understanding and awareness of these things above the secrecy, before you start doing that, get you a crew, get you some body cams. You're gonna have to carry a gun. Get off that if you're on this fucking weird gun fucking thing, get off that punk ass shit and stop acting like a bitch about it. Get a gun. Get good at using the fucking firearm, and then be proud to know that you about to blow the whistle on some shit. And if a motherfucker think they're gonna silence you, the first motherfucker shows up to try to give you the shush shush, you're gonna give them the bang bang. Any idea that whistleblowers get their ass fucking smoked before they can even get their shit off makes me say that it is totally worth them spazzing the fuck out so that that don't happen to the next one. I don't see nothing wrong with that. The idea that we give anybody peace and we play by any rules, when we see that anybody who is breaking the rules, they forego follow any fucking rules of conduct about any fucking thing. They just start doing shit, hiring hitmen, be fucking gang stalking motherfuckers, trying to assassinate people and shit. I think that shit works. Do it to them. That's what I think. Whistleblowers know who they ops are. They know who gonna come get them when they start talking that shit. Threaten them. You just send nobody to go knock on their door? They go, hey, my man got a lot of shit to say, and we suspect that you might want to quiet them when they start talking this shit, but we came here to tell you, did you show them the gun? We came here to tell you that when they start talking, you better sit the fuck down and don't touch nobody. He got something to say, he's going to say it. If words turn you up that you might be violent towards this whistleblower, we'll get violent with you right now. We just gonna meet you in the center of the ring, bro. We already know what this is. We know how y'all get down. We blowing whistles. We wish you motherfuckers would say a goddamn thing to them when they stand up. What's the kid name? The boxer. Well, I keep forgetting his name. The Latino or Mexican boxer who said, man, they eating babies and doing this and all that. He said that shit to try to recant that shit. Before he said that, he got money. Before he said that, he should have been like, I'm surrounded by 3 fucking bloodthirsty killers with masks on. You ain't gonna never see their face. All you see is masked men standing around me. Now I'm gonna start talking my shit. And I got a body cam and a gun on me myself. Nigga, there'd be somebody in my fucking bushes not to get me, but to wait for you to show up. Nigga, we own that. We gonna do everything y'all do. That shit be working. Who the fuck think they gonna say something to my guy when he start blowing the whistle? We will fuck you up in your office. The fuck? Stop playing with them. Y'all play too much, bro. Y'all play too much. When you are using these kinds of things to help fight for the truth, to protect the whistleblowers, I say everything is on the table. Because as soon as I say, no, we can't do that, you know what? The bad guys are going, we gonna do exactly that, because that's what we always do. And we gonna keep doing that shit. And we don't give a fuck about how that looks like. We kind of hope that it scares y'all, so that we have to address y'all hardly ever in this way. We don't even really want to get down like this, but if you start blowing whistles, we start acting like this, I don't know why we're not giving that same energy back to them. That's fair as fuck. There's just nothing wrong with it, and I think the solution is fucking easy. That's the solution, and I think that anybody who can see anything wrong in what it is that I'm saying would have to be admitting that we should just allow the bad guys to reserve all of these tactics so that they can keep using it against us while we do what? Sit around and do nothing? I don't understand that. I don't get it. And we're lost in this game like this because I just want to clear the path so we can all get back to the truth. That we are one. Maybe we got racially stamped genetically in antiquity to look different. I don't know. I would like to know for sure though. I got to do more research on this idea. It just seems like it makes sense to me because there's no way in hell that mathematically, genetically, it don't make any sense that two people like Adam and Eve populated the whole fucking world. The story is silly. I'm not going to believe that fucking dumbass shit. It sounds ridiculous. There's no way in hell you get all of these races that seem to be still, in a way, very geographically planted on the earth to be this diverse, but still have these geographical like anchors to the presence of these different races. There's something to that shit. It's just something to it. And I happen to believe that whatever the truth is will really set us free because we'll stop looking at each other like we different. Then we just, oh no, you're just a scientific tinkering of the human genome and codes in the DNA. Somebody tinker with your shit to make y'all look like that. That's all. It just makes sense to me. I remember thinking when I was a kid, you'd be surprised how intuitive I and other people are when we're kids. The imagination is truly a miracle in consciousness. It's a byproduct of the consciousness to have the imagination, a very creative imagination, because this is what it is that we've come from. People in antiquity, I can't remember the specific name of the group, the ancient culture that coined this phrase. Or this perspective, but they called it the luminous epinoia, and that's supposed to be the great creative imagination and consciousness from which all of this shit came from. It's the God consciousness, and I think that you have no other place to pull your consciousness from but to be drawn from that one source, and we all draw our reality and our consciousness from this one source. This makes us all one because it's a higher level of awareness when you address these things. Because the race thing came after all of that. I'm talking about go to the bottom line. Go so far back in human history where you can say, oh, this is the whole story. This is the beginning of the story. This is how things started. This is where it really comes from. I didn't come from 1812. I didn't come from 17 nothing. I didn't come from 800 BC. That's not where I came from. Why y'all starting the story in these weird points along the human journey? And say, this is what, don't do that. Keep going till you can't go no more. And then you're going to see more of the truth of the story where we come from. I don't know, man. It's sad that we can't get any peace so that we can just do these things because you gotta go to work every day. You got to raise your kids, of course. You got to avoid dangers. You got to thrive and survive. You got to live. You got to eat. One other interesting thing I want to mention real quick that Billy Carson brought up in some of his interviews is that human beings may have had a chromosome tampered with. They put a cap on our lifespan. And because of that, you know, we got to struggle to live like 100 years. And then, well, what's the quality of life after 60? Good luck. It may be rough. Some people fall apart 35, 40, 45, 50 years old. Your body has already hit its peak, and you are well into your decline sometimes at 40, 45, 50 years old. Some people. I'm looking at a woman right now. I bet you she's up walking, you know, taking care of herself. But she's an elderly woman. She losing all her hair like a man off in the front here. All that shit is balding. She looks beat, old, super wrinkled, and I bet you she's not 100. She's not 100. Why I can't get 100 years? Billy Carson thinks that, man, humanity should be seeing people live for hundreds of years, maybe even 1,000 or more. I think that would be dope. You will be able to capture in that amount of time enough of the progression of human existence for you to exercise some true wisdom, change, and freedom and balance. If we could have a 500-year-old man here that could say from experience that he knows what happened for 500 years. But when you shorten the human lifespan to 75 years, if you're lucky, and then what about the quality? Like I always say, the quality of life means a lot. 75 years ain't shit if 25 of them you were fucked up. On dialysis, fucking suffering from fucking illnesses created by the fucking fool who did that. They got addresses and they made of flesh. I don't know why we have to keep continue crying about what it is that they're doing to us when we could just make them go away. We could. They deserve it. How you can take a state where weed is illegal right now? What would they do to a man where weed is illegal? While we were watching it be legal in other states? That's a fucking crazy conundrum right there. Like, how the fuck we even allow that to happen? We should be fighting for all of the freedom behind this contradiction that's right in front of us. Ain't nobody doing nothing about it. I think y'all some bitches, man. I don't be believing nobody when they say that they for the freedom and all this other shit, or that I don't believe people when they say they anything positive. I'm like, well, then you got to exercise that shit everywhere, or try to be conscious and then of what it is that you're saying, that you're claiming, and then try to consciously place that in every place in your life where that energy is deserved. And people don't do that shit. Y'all gonna fucking raise that fucking flag this 4th of July. You're gonna light the fucking sparklers and the fireworks. Y'all gonna eat the fucking hot dogs and drink the fucking beer. And half of y'all are pussy for damn sure. The other half, you want to be real, but you just haven't heard anybody put your ass on blast to call you out for like half-assing it. To which I would imagine with the knowledge and awareness of how short you motherfuckers are falling of the shit, I think some of y'all will stand up if you are encouraged, which they don't want. They don't want people encouraging other people to fucking stand up for real, and then start making shit shake because we can't do that. The problem is everybody want to be so good that they don't want to be violent, but I think you need the violence to do that. I accept all of the violence on both sides wholeheartedly. I'm with the shits. I'm with all the fighting and shooting and all of that shit. I don't give a fuck about nothing. If a fucking civil war broke out right now between two states where one state says that the weed is legal and this is how you get closer to the idea of true freedom, by allowing people to put this shit in their body, but the food already fucked up. Why y'all want to talk shit to somebody about them smoking weed? Shut your bitch ass up. Who are you to even try to control that about people? We should be fighting about this. And if two states went to literal war about that, where law enforcement and state police aligned on the fucking border of two fucking bordering states where weed is legal in one and weed is illegal in the other, if y'all start fighting and smoking each other about that shit, I wouldn't even care. There'll be part of me that will be relieved that you guys are addressing all of the shit you pretend to stand on. Y'all pretend to stand on it, ain't standing on shit. I'll be relieved just to see you standing on business. Because you said all enemies, foreign or domestic, but y'all didn't mean that shit. Not a cop, judge, lawyer, or politician in this fucking country actually meant that, because you are casually passively watching a very fucking obvious contradiction between two different fucking states, where one legalized the fucking weed to say that this is how you get closer to the freedom, and the other one says that we will throw you in the cage and take you away from your kids about that same weed. Fuck y'all, bro. Fuck y'all. I can't even fucking talk about shit. I can't talk about nothing positive without my mind being interrupted by these kind of things. And I'm going, we can't even peacefully do the meditation, bro. How? I'm disturbed, man. Why y'all not fighting? It's legal for states to declare war on other states in this country. Y'all didn't know that? It's legal. It's on their fucking magical paper about the process and under what conditions. The Constitution is telling you this story. This is why I don't understand the Constitution and why y'all praise it so much. They say all enemies, foreign or domestic, but they are not living that shit. They're not standing on business about that Constitution. So what I'm saying is, nobody called me a constitutional Second Amendment advocate. Don't do that. I don't rock with the document. I wouldn't put my faith in something that is failing in front of us from multiple angles the entire time that it's been here, doing absolutely nothing well except for enabling them to get us to accept a debate about things that are undebatable, while they slowly pull it away from us without fucking setting alarms off in our minds, so that they can get us to a point where they go, now you can't fight us. And Joe Biden thinks that we're already there. I almost called him Joe Biden. Joe Biden is already there. He laughed at us and said that we need a F-16 to fight them off our asses that they wanted to get on us. We can't do shit about them. That we are beat in that regard. That's what Joe Biden said. Thanks your Constitution for doing that. They got you to say, oh, it's law. Oh, here's a new change. Or the ATF saying this. Or now we got to do this. Or now we got to register. They use that to say, hey, we're going to discuss things. And when y'all lose the debate or the discussion, accept it or else we'll kill you. And y'all motherfuckers said, sir, yes, sir. Yeah, master. That's what y'all said to that. Y'all don't stand on nothing. Don't talk to me about no fucking Constitution. That shit dead as fuck to me. And it's undebatable. Dead as fuck. Fuck it. It's done nothing. So now I don't care. And all of the people who are doing all of this bad shit to us, the food, the water, the weather, the politics, the military and prison industrial complex, the bullshit fucking money, the nuclear fucking rush to be top dog on the top of that fucking shitty mountain that everybody wants to stand on with them nuclear weapons and shit, they all bleed. So why are you crying? Why are you crying about what they're doing? Do I gotta say it? I don't want to have to say it, but I should be able to say it. In a Quentin Tarantino movie, niggas will be shooting already. Y'all like Quentin Tarantino movies? Bloody as fuck, right? When motherfuckers get to fighting, both sides go to total fucking war, slaughter, blood, bullets, swords, fucking amputated body parts. A Quentin Tarantino movie is fucking violent as shit. I'm with all of that shit. If the world start doing that, because the good people stand up and say, man, y'all gotta go. We tired of talking to y'all, negotiating and crying about this shit. We're just gonna start smoking shit. Y'all gotta mean, if y'all want to control us, you gotta mean it so much that you're gonna be willing to die for it. And you might. Let's go. Y'all just finna have to die for this. Y'all not finna get us laying down no more. Ain't nobody laying down, taking this shit. Ain't nobody crying. Ain't nobody voting. You want this shit? Die for it. Do you still mean it? Let's see. Let's see if you mean it when you have to die for it. Y'all skating easy because y'all getting us to fucking help you kill us. It's assisted suicide. Hey, yo, for real, LAF, I wanted to be a filmmaker. I graduated from college with a digital film degree. Quentin Tarantino came out with Kill Bill. While I was in the midst of developing these dreams of being a filmmaker, he totally inspired me. I wanted my films to be violent, and I wanted them to be stories of creating like an urban kind of a superhero, where an ordinary guy takes on a superhero. I'm just trying to live my film shit. I'm still rocking with the spirit of what it is that I wanted to do with the films. I have I registered 4 different films with the Writers Guild in Los Angeles as treatments. 20-page stories of a movie idea where you tell the entire detailed story without the dialogue and you keep it in 20 minutes. If you do that, 20 pages. If you do that, you can register that with the Writers Guild, and then they'll give you a certificate of authenticity if if they read your story and then they say this is not you copying anybody, this is an original story, then they give you the certificate. The certificate says that it's an original piece of intellectual property, and then if you get a producer to help you film this, they can be rest assured that they're not going to get sued that you stole something because you didn't steal this shit. It is yours. And I got 4 films. They expire after 5 years, and they all need to be renewed. But I got 4 films that I registered with the Writers Guild at this time, and they're all fucking dope as fuck. And way before I got political, my stories sound political. I think I was destined to do this, because once I start doing my activism, I'm not playing out a character that I wrote, but I realize how authentic the characters are in the stories that I wrote, because I remind myself of what it is that I fucking wrote down when I was writing this shit, a lot of it. And it's a beautiful thing, man, films. But I told myself that after I graduated, I was going to send Quentin Tarantino a birthday card, and a small sample of my writing every year on his birthday, until he says, this motherfucking fan has been sending me birthday cards and his registered pieces of intellectual property for years, or however long it would take for him to say, who are you? Because I would have loved to work with him, but Quentin Tarantino, he's a Hollywood weirdo. He is. All of them are. And I'm glad that I never chased that shit, and I almost did, but a custody battle over my oldest son stole all of my money because I threw it into a lawyer instead of moving to California when I was almost about to move to California, and go chase my dreams. But I think my baby mama saved me, and she made me who I am. Because not only did she stick me with an ultimatum that either I leave my son behind to go chase my dreams because she was not going to allow me to take him with me, or I stay here and fight while I was actually trying to save my son from a very bad home environment that his mom was creating for him. I threw all my money into a fucking custody battle. In the midst of that custody battle, I discovered that the birth certificate is printed on bond paper, and that it is a contract to which you share responsibility over a child that's really a ward of the state, and blah, blah, blah. And that's what woke me up, actually. So my Hollywood dreams were curbed for in lieu of for a fight, a custody battle over my oldest son, and then that's what ended up waking me up and turning me into who I was. I think she kind of saved my life. I'm glad I never turned into a Hollywood creep, dude, because they definitely would have turned me around. I did talk to a Hollywood producer named Von Halyard, and he helped produce a movie called Final Season. It was a baseball movie filmed here in Iowa. One guy died in a helicopter crash during the filming of that movie too. I need to look into that. There may be some gematria involved in that. But this guy named Von Halyard, black guy, read a treatment for a movie that I wrote, and he liked it. He was interested in it, said that he could tell that I was young and trying to do my thing, that I had a lot to learn, but he thought that my imagination was pretty cool. He brought me into his office when he had an office here in Cedar Rapids, and he asked me to change the ethnicity of my character from a black kid to maybe a Mexican or Latino kid from maybe from South America somewhere, one of these Central American countries, and Central America, and maybe even change the time in history. He wanted me to completely overhaul the film, and I said no. And he said that if I'm not willing to bend and move to the tune of what Hollywood and the market is going to be wanting, then I'm going to find myself getting the short end of the stick of some things that have some great potential. This is what he told me. And he also told me that if I can model any of my stories behind any of the Greek epic stories, then I would guarantee get someone to buy my film if I can model a modern story after one of those stories. And I always thought that was weird, but now that I understand Hollywood and how programmed and repetitive everything is for the attempts to mind control us, now I understand. But he told me that, and I just kind of let go a little bit after that. And then after I let go a little bit, and I start discovering the birth certificate thing and how all government is evil, and then I went through a custody case where even my lawyer worked against me, and I can prove it. And he was a Blue Jay, if you know what I mean. He followed a particular religion. They got blue and white on their flag in their homeland, and they may have smoke the Messiah, but now they deny it. They don't want you to actually say it out loud, or else you're anti whoever the fuck they are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my lawyer was one of those guys, and he totally ripped me off. Took all of my fucking money in a custody case that I should have won day one, because I had recorded phone conversations between me and my son's mother that exposed what it is that they were that she was doing, that she planned on bleeding me out, is what they call it, in a custody battle, that she would scream and cry and complain about being scared of me, and that was still the show, and I would never be able to get to the things that I want to complain about as far as the environment she was creating for my son. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. And here I am, Trey Vietnam. I said fuck government after that, because my son was in a bad place, and they let money and the court game that they play when you're in court, and how that goes, the procedures and shit. They let all of that dictate how things went, and they let something very dark go right past them. When I was trying to expose the fact that my son was in a dangerous place and that he needed to be with me to save the child, and they didn't listen to me. So there's that. There's all of that. But I say all that to say this. Hollywood was something that I thought that I wanted, and I still want to make films. I love to make an independent film. I would love to get my activism to free me enough from my 9-to-5 job that I can do activism plus filmmaking, so I can get back to making these films that I wrote. And they will blow your mind. If you think you like the way I talk and what I'm doing and my creativity with the Hugger AR on the sign and all this other shit, and everything I say, and how intuitive and detailed I am as far as calling out government for being exactly what it is, and then just going to the meat and bones of the situation and just saying it out loud because it needs to be said, that the only way we're going to be able to stop them is to give them the peaceful non-compliance by turning our backs on them. And then when we do that, we have to be ready to fight, because they are going to want to fight us, and we successfully do that because it's going to piss them the fuck off. And they want to fight us anyway. They want us all dead anyway. And at any point that we ever launched a successful natural grassroots revolution, they have a plan to what they would do to us in the face of that. And I say that we should call them out now instead of allowing them to get it quietly. I think that if they want to get it, they're going to have to make some noise right in our faces, just totally admitting what it is that they want and what they are capable of doing to us, instead of getting us to actually help support them do it, so that it look like they have the moral high ground, because that shit is important. To appear to have the moral high ground, it's important. Even if you fake it, it's important to appear to have the moral high ground. That's why we got to do the peaceful non-compliance first, and then be willing to smoke shit after that. But we have to set those things into place too. Hiring hitmen and protecting whistleblowers with very aggressive, quiet, unseen, armed men who are ready to just kill to protect the whistleblower. I don't know why y'all not doing this stuff. I don't know why no one's doing this. I'm gonna get my gun shit up. I'm gonna make sure I get my certification to be a firearms instructor. I would like to do that. I want to get real proficient. I want some proof of how serious and how diligent and how good I am with the firearm. I got a few other things I want to get as far as equipment. Some slightly better guns, some dope ass fucking equipment and shit like that. But when I get ready, I would love to be armed security for anybody who want to blow the whistle. Y'all got something to say that's gonna shock the system, what we got going on? You want to challenge the status quo? I'll come protect you, bro. Because when you start doing it, all the people that love they want to fucking heart react to all of your shit when you post it. These videos be having how many I be seeing tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of likes and response and positive comments when you hear somebody blowing a whistle on some shit, and you agree and you understand and you think that it's important that we say that, and you think the government is bad and they doing all this fucking crazy shit. All of the people that heart reacted that fucking shit should go get a gun and go, we're going to go protect this dude. Like heart reacting this fucking shit on IG or Facebook or something. That's only going to go so far. They're going to kill him next week. They're going to suicide this man next week. Why y'all heart reacting and then y'all watch him die later, when everybody predicting that this is also going to follow when he started blowing the whistle, that they gonna kill him and say it was a suicide? Why y'all didn't go to protect him then? If it's too simple, I don't even like y'all no more, bro. I don't know what's wrong with y'all, man. Y'all are fucking frustrating, man. It's hard to watch this dumb ass shit, man. Y'all claim to be so smart, so strong, so brave, and the solutions be so simple. They smoke shit to get what they want. Why y'all not willing to shoot shit for the freedom? It took me to say that for y'all to know that might be the answer. Y'all gonna have to fucking obtain a strong propensity for defensive violence. When it comes to defense, for all that truthful shit that y'all all love, you gotta say, man, who want me to shut up? You would die for that. Say it to my face. I'll smoke any one of y'all run up on me talking about, hey man, Mr. So-and-so said, oh, don't do that. Or here's a picture of your kid. Boom, 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 boom. Fuck out of here. That's what's supposed to happen. What's wrong with y'all? We supposed to be aggressive as fuck. Like, yo, we gonna get that freedom and liberty. Y'all gonna give it to us and we gonna take that shit. RPM Trade Vietnam in this bitch. Y'all can be some bitches all day all y'all want to. I won't do it. Y'all won't even say shit. I know y'all not gonna do nothing. Y'all crazy, but we'll see. Time will tell. 10 years from now, 100 years from now, I don't know, man. I think humanity is fucking beat, though. Good luck to you, man. I think they gonna win. I be trying to be positive, but I can't no more, man. I think they got us. I think it's an uphill battle for us right now, and what it takes to overcome at this point is something that, and we even had it in us, we would have jumped down on their ass like 50 years ago, 100 years ago. When they smoked Kennedy, X, and fucking King in the same year, y'all ain't even do nothing. I thought y'all loved these niggas. Ain't nobody do nothing. Y'all was scared. Scared of what, though? Scared of dying? How many people back then that could have did something? They dead now already anyway. You already dead, goofy. Y'all ain't do nothing to protect them motherfuckers, but y'all love them so much. Man, y'all don't love nothing. Y'all don't want no freedom or nothing. And they know you don't want the freedom. They feel fine taking it from you because they're thinking if they wanted it, they would fight. We said what we wanted, we start fighting shit. That shit gets results, bruh. The gun gets the fucking job done. Figure it out.